Woo! What's going on, guys? Arms Form coming at you guys today with another video. Today's video, we're going to go with the aftermath of that Lions at the Dallas Cowboys Week 17 matchup. I know it's a day late, but that's how I've been doing it kind of lately, just how it's kind of been going on. But, before that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell up top. Like, share, comment this out. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. By the way, this is being done on January 1st. So let's start the year off 2024. But we got some bad news with the Lions. They did lose a game a couple days ago. Lions went up to Dallas, both 11-5 now. Both first place in their division. The Lions lose one, 20-19. Lions lose a heartbreaker in this one, guys, on a controversial call. Not the only reason why we lost this game, but it was a big one. But it was a controversial call that stole 2 points away from us, I feel. Now, injuries, we had the injuries that were going on prior to this game. Don't really, not necessary to talk about that. But in-game, it didn't seem like both squads had a lot. The Lions did lose Jameson Williams for a little bit, I think for the last series or two, maybe even a little longer. Caught a big ball from Jared Goff on a long 60, I think it was a 60-yarder, 50-something yarder pass. Got up, looked fine, but he looked like he tweaked his ankle. He was running on the sidelines after the play, smiling. Everything looked okay, but he never came back into the game. So we'll know a little bit down the stretch, but they held him out on maybe it was precautionary. I don't know. And then the Cowboys didn't really have anybody that got hurt in game. If they did, I missed it, and it wasn't reported. I kind of look at one or two sites. There was nothing really reported that they hurt somebody during that game. I know there was some injuries, but nothing that was really reported that stood out to me. So if I miss anybody, sorry. Now the stats, we go with the Lions because they were the first, because of the road team. That's how we start this off. Quarterback Jared Goff was 19 for 34. He was not good in this game, guys. He was about 55% completion percentage. 271 yards, did have a touchdown, picked off twice, only sacked once, but he was pressured a ton, so I can't put it all on Goff, but he was not good. He was not good in this game. We'll talk about that in a bit. And then Jalen Reeves-Maybin on a fake punt, which took some balls by Dan Campbell. Did it at their 30-yard line, 35-yard line, whatever it was. Threw a 31-yard pass to I think it was Khalil Dorsey. I think that's the guy who caught the ball. Pretty sure it was Dorsey. Was it Dorsey or Reynolds? But I think it was Dorsey. And got the first down, man. It was ballsy, and that's just the way Dan Campbell is. And we'll talk about that too. Now running back David Montgomery was 14 for 65 yards. Had a touchdown on a 4.6 yards per carry. He was running the ball pretty well. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs didn't have quite as much success. He had 15 carries for 43 yards. He had a couple nice runs, but he only on a 2.9 yards per carry. We did have over 100 yards rushing the football as a team. Williams was in there on a run. I think St. Brown had to end around. So we had a couple runs. Didn't run as well as I thought we were going to in this football game, but it wasn't that bad. And then the defense. No, then the wide receivers. Sorry, guys. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown had a nice day, 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. A big one at the end, 15 yards per catch, 8 targets. Tight end Sam Laporta was 7 for 84 for 12 yards a catch, 12 targets. They're really trying to get him involved. The wide receiver Jameson Williams had 2 catches for 69 yards, 34.5 yards a catch, 3 targets. Got to get those targets up a little bit more, but yeah. Those were really the only guys that did a lot of damage in the wide receiver department. And then Badgley had 2 field goals. He had a 41 yarder as his long, and an extra point. Even Fox punted well too. The defense, cornerback Cam Sutton, 10 tackles. Now that's not a good thing when you hear that Cam Sutton had 10 tackles. He was absolutely dragged. He was abused. He was probably shouldn't have played. He was a game time decision that was trying to test out his ankle. He was good to go. He had the unfortunate part of trying to handle CeeDee Lamb, which isn't fair if Cam Sutton is 115% healthy. Cam Sutton is a good corner, but he's not a CB1. He's a CB2 at best. They tried other things. They tried the bracket. They tried the double. They tried all kinds of different. They tried to switch up other players on CeeDee Lamb. Nothing could really happen, man. CeeDee Lamb had a day. I'll tell you about his numbers in a bit. But Cam Sutton had no business. They tried. You got to try something else, man. But I don't know. They tried a few things that didn't work, but whatever. Free safety, Kirby Joseph had 6 tackles. Linebacker Alexander Zaloni had 8 tackles. Cornerback Kindle Vildor had 5 tackles. Did have a big forced fumble where he was on CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb knocked the ball out of his hand and went through the end zone. It was actually a good play. He kind of swung around. It looked like he was trying to hit the ball. Maybe he wasn't, but he did hit the ball, popped the ball out, and we got the ball back, and Cowboys were going in to score. They were. And Vildor made a nice play. And then linebacker Derek Barnes had 5 tackles, but Derek Barnes missed a easy safety on that 92-yard touchdown by CeeDee Lamb. Or he ran, he had Prescott lined up in the end zone and decided not to hit him. Decided to just kind of throw his elbow out a little bit at him. You know, Prescott's pretty good at avoiding sacks, but that just looked weird because he had him lined up. It just looked very strange. Barnes did come back and make a couple of nice plays later on in that game, though, but that one was very odd to watch. Then DB Brian Branch, he had 4 tackles. Safety Ifeata Malafano had 3 tackles and had a nice pick early in the game, making plays for the past 4 weeks now. Defensive end Aiden Hutchinson was a man possessed. He had 5 tackles, bunch of pressures, 3 sacks. Good for Hutch, man. He needed that. He was fired up. He's good to go. I'm sure he'll be just the same this week, too, against the Minnesota Vikings. He just tied his rookie season with 9.5 sacks from last year. He has 9.5 now. I'm hoping he gets to 15 because I made that bet with that Bears fan, but it's probably not going to happen. He's going to need 5 more. So it's just not going to happen, but I still think he's a 12 to 15 sack type of player in the future. I really think he is, man. He's just going to get better. He's just going to get better, and hopefully he can get to double-digit sacks against the Minnesota Vikings. Now the Cowboys. Quarterback Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was 26 for 38 on a 68.4% completion percentage. He was really good in this game. 2 touchdowns. He did get picked off once by Iffy. Sacked 3 times, all by Hutch. He was good. He was pretty good. He escapes pressure pretty well. He's a big guy. He's deceivingly mobile, like for being such a big guy. Like not mobile, but he's deceivingly like he's bigger than what you. He's a bigger dude, but he can move pretty well for a big guy. He just sidesteps guys. He's got nice pocket awareness for the most part. Rushing the ball, they couldn't rush on us at all. Running back Tony Pollard had 16 carries for 49 yards on 3.1 yards a carry. Running back Deuce Vaughn was in there, 2 carries for 2 yards, 1 yard a carry. 61 yards as a team. They didn't do anything on the ground against us. Not many teams do. Now receiving, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb had a career day. 13 catches for 227 yards. Like I said, nobody could handle him. Sutton, Vildor, Malafanu, brackets, doubled. Just nobody could hold this guy down. He was going off. So 227 yards, 1 touchdown, 17.5 yards a catch on 17 targets. 17 targets he got, and he got caught 13 of them. Wow. Then a wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, 5 catches for 60 yards on a touchdown. He had a couple really nice catches. He had a really nice catch on a 3rd down. That was a beautifully thrown ball by Dak, actually. It was good coverage. Don't remember who the guy was that was covering. I don't remember who. It could have been Vildor. It could have been Dorsey. I don't really remember. But it was nice coverage. It was actually really nice coverage, but the ball was thrown perfectly. And, he caught a touchdown, 12 yards a catch, 8 targets. So he was pretty good out there. Then tight end Jake Ferguson, 4 catches for 33 yards, 8.3 yards a catch on 6 targets. Then their kicker, too, Aubrey, 2 field goals, 51 long, 2 extra points. Anger punted well for the Cowboys as well. Now onto the defense. Linebacker Marquise Bell had 10 tackles. Safety Javon Curse, ex-Lion, had 10 tackles. Safety Donovan Wilson, who I said was a tackling machine, had 11 tackles and an interception. Linebacker Micah Parsons did have 6 tackles. Played the run really well, more surprisingly than I thought he would. Created some pressure, got held off the stat sheet for sacks, but Sewell, I thought Coach played him up pretty well. Sewell, he beat Sewell maybe once or twice, but I thought Sewell won the day. When Parsons had to go up against guys like Decker and Jackson, he usually won his matchups. Surprisingly, they didn't match him up. Micah Parsons on Sewell more. I mean on Decker and on Decker and Jackson more on that last drive by the Lions. I was actually a little shocked at that. And cornerback Deron Bland had 4 tackles. Cornerback Jordan Lewis had 6 tackles and a pick. Defensive end Dexter Lawrence had 5 tackles, and then defensive end Dorrance Armstrong had 3 tackles and a sack. So, the Lions held the team to, held them in the sack department, but they created a ton of pressure. They did create a lot of pressure, and Goff kind of panics when that happens. So, now let's talk this Lions O, and let's talk this Lions O and D, and talk this Cowboys offense and defense. Like I said, man, we held up in this game. I thought it was a really good game. We'll talk about the controversial call at the end. I kind of made a video about it already. But this game was kind of back and forth. It was 39 points total scored. I thought the score was going to be in the 60s. I really did. I thought the offense was going to light it up on both ends. Defense came to play against 2 juggernaut offenses. We have a juggernaut offense. Cowboys have a juggernaut offense, especially through the air. And so do we. We have a really good offense. But the defense came to play, man. They made some plays, couple picks, a couple sacks here and there on both ends. 1 sack for them, 3 for us. Couple picks for them, 1 for us. So turnovers were a big factor. Defense held up, man. Now the Lions offense against that defense, we ran the ball okay. Nothing special. Offensively through the air, we were, Laporta and St. Brown did their thing more at the end. I thought more at the end. They kind of held them in check a little bit during that game. Got the big touchdown at the end. And then, Goff wasn't good, though. Goff was not good. 55% completion percentage is not going to win you ball games at all. It's not solely on him, not picking on Goff, so, the truthers can calm down a bit. I'm not doing that, but he just wasn't good. He was not good. He had a very nice end of the game drive. Very nice. But that was really it. Missed a lot of throws. Even on that 4th down, even that 4th and 2, everyone's yelling at Dan Campbell, kick the field goal, make it 7-6. I thought, okay, I'm okay going for it. Touchdowns are going to win this ball game, not field goals. And on that 4th down, Goff gets a little bit of pressure. Nothing crazy, but he gets some pressure. He panics. He wildly throws a ball to Sam Laporta in the back of the end zone, who looks like Laporta's covered. A great throw he would have caught it. It was a tough throw to make, but he's got J-Mo. He looks to his right. He's got J-Mo on a slant coming in. J-Mo's on his right. J-Mo's coming, shoots right in. There's nobody near J-Mo. Nobody near him. He hits him right away. It's right there. They're right in the red zone. I think they're on the 3-yard line or something, or whatever, or the 2-yard line, whatever, or the 4-yard, whatever they were on. They needed 2 yards. They could still have gotten a first down. That's my whole point. Hits J-Mo. It's a walk-in touchdown. But he decides to throw a wild ball. Now, you can blame Dan Campbell. You can blame Jared Goff. You can blame the pressure. He needs to make that throw. He needs to make that throw, and he threw a couple balls at people's feet. The pressure was there, though, but he didn't get sacked. He's got sacked once, just 1 sack. That's a good defense that sacks quarterbacks. They get to the quarterback. So, there's a lot of things we can blame here. A lot of people you can blame. You can blame the call at the end. Dan Campbell going for it. And 2, should he have kicked the field goal or the extra point to go into overtime? Now, I got a couple reasons why that might not have happened. We're playoff bound. He just wanted to win the football game and get out of there. Maybe he didn't want to see his guys going to overtime, risk more injury. I don't really know. But all I know is that he wanted to win the game. Now, the first time it works, and the refs blew the call, guys, okay? The refs blew this call. 70 apparently was, like I said in my video, the referee said 70 reported, which was Skipper, who was running behind, was about 10 yards behind Decker and Sewell and the ref. You see Decker and Sewell talking to the referee. Apparently there's video now of the referee saying 70 is eligible, 70 reported. Now, He was lined up, I guess, as like in a guard tackle, like a jump. I heard today now. It looked like I thought Skipper was in the guard position, but now he's saying he was the jumbo tight end, which is like a tackle position. He was in the tackle spot, okay? But it's a jumbo tight end. He still didn't report, I guess. It's still a little confusing to me. Apparently he didn't report though, so he doesn't go for a tight end. If he doesn't go for a pass, he's ineligible. But why is he called the jumbo tight end? I'm still a little confused on this. I probably got to read up a little bit more. But 68 apparently reported, and it just did, and it just went. The referee just didn't report it. The referee thought it was just 70 saying something. So I'm still a little confused on it. Decker gets the touchdown. They got the formation all correct if Decker can go out and run. But he apparently wasn't reported by the referees. That's why he can't catch the ball. That's why the penalty came. The penalty comes 30 seconds later. You know, it's just a shady, stupid call. Weak, lazy, incompetent, inconsistent refereeing, I think. Just bad refereeing all around. It's not a good look. I thought the Lions got hosed. But like I said, it's not the only reason why they lost that game. Yes, they took those points away. We were up 21-20. They had like 24 seconds or whatever they had, 23 seconds left. And with a kicker that can kick 65-yard field goals with ease, it seems like. This guy can boot. And nobody was stopping CeeDee Lamb at the time. So, they had a lot of time. 2 timeouts left, too. I think Dallas had. They could have won that game easily. On a 60-plus yarder, a 55 to 50-something yarder. They could have. They could have got even closer. So, no, I'm not going to sit there and just blame one guy for the loss. But this game, you know, it just hurts when they rip it from you like that way. And I mean, there's other things that could have been done. Dan Campbell said it. We're not going to dwell on one call because there was other calls that we could have. There's other plays that we could have done that we didn't execute, and why we didn't win this football game. There was a lot. You can't stop CeeDee Lamb. You can't stop Prescott. You know, going forward on 4th down. You know, bad throws by Jared Goff. O-line pressure. O-line not playing great. I thought Decker and Jonah Jackson played terribly. I really did. So did Glasgow. I thought those 3 played horrific. They did not play good football. Decker made up for it at the end of the game, but it got ripped from us. So there's all kinds of different reasons why we lost that football game. So there was, but that refereeing is just it's unacceptable. That stuff is unacceptable. But on to Minnesota, guys. We go to Minnesota. We go back home. Last game of the year, Ford Field. This Sunday, I believe, 1 p.m. Minnesota comes into town. They're officially done. They got their heads kicked in by the Packers. Now they're going to get their heads kicked in by the Lions. We're going to beat them down. I just have a feeling they're coming to play a very hot Lions team that's determined. And I think the number 1 seed's pretty much done. It's over. It is over. I'm pretty sure, unless they lose. No, it's done. 1 seed's done. We can possibly move up to the 2 seed, I think, with a couple losses here. Philly's got to lose. I think Dallas got to lose. Some things got to happen. But I think Dallas, they got the tiebreaker on us. So they're going to have to lose. So we're going to have to win, go up by 1 game, blah, blah. You guys know, man. But seeding is not officially done yet. It's not done. We got some things going on still. 2 seed is in the sights. We're locked into the 3 no matter what. Right now, I think we're still playing the Rams, it looks like. So we'll go from there. But the season is over next week. Playing for seeding. That's it. But thanks a lot, guys. This went a little bit longer than I wanted. Appreciate you guys coming in, watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell up top. Don't forget to like, comment, share this. Appreciate it, guys. 1 more game on the playoffs. Go Lions. Detroit versus everybody. 1 pride. Boom.